What's happening, guys? I am making my return November 1st and 2nd at the Rogue Invitational, and I'm gonna show you some deadlifts, and it's time to find out if I'm still strong. So I decided to take a break back in July after the Strongman Classic, get my head right, get my body right. Now for my body, I went down to Panama, $50,000 later with stem cells, with hyperbaric chambers, with a whole bunch of different therapies. I've been feeling much better. Now, stem cells don't take a hold straight away. They take up to 12 weeks to actually properly set in. I got them in my knees, in my bicep, all of those feeling 100%. And I got them throughout my back, which is the only place that's still not lagging behind, but still hanging on a little bit. Now, I was out, I got needles through my spine. There's a video coming on all of this, but straight into my discs. What that does is it causes a tremendous amount of pressure. And what I'm left with now is that in the morning, my back feels tight. And then when I lift, I can lift heavy weight, but I can't do a lot of volume. So I'm still building up the tolerance to volume, but my tolerance for intensity is really good. So today we've got 17-inch deadlifts, 4 max, can't tell you why. And hopefully we can work up somewhere close-ish to 1,000 pounds. Last week when I did these, I was okay up to top set, back downs, I tweaked my back. So my goal is to just build and build and build tolerance, 2 back down sets, so that when I go and I do a max, it doesn't feel like it's taken near as much out of me. So all of my sets I'm gonna do with a belt on today once I get up to any reasonable weight. I'm gonna keep that on just to give a little bit of extra support there. I'm doing tons of core training to try to rectify that. And in terms of the mental side of things, my life is much better, well back on track. And moving forward, I'm gonna continue to keep it private as I've said in the past, but you'll see some more stuff with my family moving forward. And yeah, my daughter's doing amazing. She's developing really, really well. She's thriving at daycare. She can say lots of stuff. She can say what she thinks. Second baby's on the way in a month. We just found out today it went from breech to normal position, so that's a good prognosis for a healthy birth. And all of those types of things are things that weigh on you tremendously, and it's hard to express how much that can affect your training, your enjoyment of training, your motivation, your performance, and all of those things are coming, they're coming correct now, which is good. I also have another motivating factor now, an external factor, that I've come to realize because Thor has told me that I am now the only person he hasn't beat that he's competed against in Strongman. So I need to continue that strongholds, and we'll do that at the Rogue Invitational. Hopefully, I'll do my best, give him my best shot for the 6th time. Hopefully we go 6-0, but this is where we're starting, working hard and getting stuck into it. Laws is doing his job, trying to hold me back, trying not to allow me to push too hard, and that's what the coach is here for, but I am nipping at the bud to get after it, to lift heavy, and to hit some big weights. So we have the Rogue events, and I can't talk about them, but I can talk generally about what my program has at the moment. I'm training 5 days a week. I've got 1 day dedicated to deadlifts, 1 day dedicated to higher volume deadlift accessories. I've got an overhead press day that's related to one of the events in the show, another general strength overhead press day, and then 1 day that's more events and more conditioning specific. One of my big things right now is I want to get in better shape. Now I have the Whoop, I've got the 8 Sleep at home. I'm gonna do a whole video on my new recovery devices, which are very expensive, but they measure a lot of different parameters. The one thing I'm monitoring is my resting heart rate while I sleep. That started at 68, it's down to 58, and I hope to get that to low 50s by the time the Invitational comes around. I just ran a mile for time, advertising Tier's new running shoes. And I managed that in 8 minutes at 330 pounds. 8 minutes, not a great time, but at 330, it's acceptable. It puts me in above average aerobic fitness category. I imagine I'll be able to knock that down to about 7 minutes, 30 seconds by the time Rogue rolls around. But to me, right now, I know the strength will come. I just want to be able to hold the fitness, that I'm in good shape, I'm resilient, and I'm ready to go. movement that you haven't done in specific. It's just like, it always feels a bit strange is all I can say. Like, it's almost like you have the strength there, but you don't know how to use it. I'm on the back end of that right now where some reps feel good, some reps feel a bit strange. But by the time show rolls around, you're ready to rip straight into it. That's how you know if you haven't peaked for long enough. If you're at a show and something still feels like it's technically uncomfortable, even if your technique's not perfect, you should know what you're doing without thinking about it, whatever style you're going to adopt, even if it needs long-term improvement. So this is the way, as I'm working out, this is the way where I can start to be able to tell if it's gonna be a strong day or not, because how powerful you are in a day and how strong you are in a day, not the same things. So I'll have days where I feel super powerful, 200 kilos feels like I could power clean it. Other days it feels slow and sluggish, but that slow and sluggish almost holds up to top weight. So this will be my first sort of indication on how well today could go. I think it's a good day. Love to work up to around 440 kilos. In comp, I think any number in excess of 1,000 will be acceptable, and that's 453 kilos. If I can hit 440 today with tons of time to spare, 460 to 470 would be reasonable, but it's a hard pull on the axle. It is very, very strange because you put effort in and when it gets heavy, you're pulling, nothing happens. And all of a sudden it starts to come up, but you haven't put any extra strength into it. It's not even at the hard part yet. You know, like it just hits and then it flies up. So I think today's gonna be strong. The thing that I have to get out of my head is that getting back into lifting heavy weights, even though I've done these weights before, it feels really hard and slow, but you watch it back and it looks totally fine. So it is just that tolerance and that like reminder that that's how it's supposed to move, that's how it moves. 350 kilos has never ever felt like an empty bar, but you almost convince yourself that when you could lift 1,000, that 900 feels like absolutely nothing. And it's not true. 900 feels like a 9 out of 10 and 1,000 feels like a 10 out of 10. It's just that slow, gradual increase in effort over time. So it feels heavier than I think it should, but it moves exactly as it should. So that's sort of predictable early stages. But for insight, that's kind of rehab, mid stages, mind games. Should I turn up to the Rogue Invitational with both of my belts and do all of my interviews like a WWE champ with one on either shoulder?
I think it's a great idea.
I'm in my friends making era. $60, $320, $370. All right. So if we go 45s, that's gonna take us to 430. I need a bit more than that. So we're gonna go 45s. We're gonna throw 10s on top. That's gonna get me to 440 or something. We'll add it up in a second. $18 times 45, plus a 25-pound bar, plus 110 from the 55s, plus 20, gives us 965 or 438. I don't think it's quite enough. We're gonna go 443. We're gonna go 975. You guys know my brand is Lift Heavy Be Kind, and it currently has a summer sale going on, up to 25% off, including these sweat shorts, which are my absolute favorite. Go ahead, check that out. We're selling this stuff until they're gone, and then we're gonna launch our items for the fall and then into the winter. So Lift Heavy Be Kind, check out the shop, enjoy this deadlift. So this is where I hurt myself last week doing these back downs. I find I can only hold my position perfectly for so many reps before I just start to curl over a little bit, just sort of lean into the belt a bit more than I should. Now that was quite easy compared to last week, effort-wise, so I'm gonna do another set. Last week I got through one set and it was too much. I think I'm fine to do another one today. In a perfect world, it feels okay and I'll do a third, but I really just have to be honest with myself. I'm just building general lower back capacity here. Beauty. That's good for me. Now I'm gonna show you guys something I discovered with measuring 18-inch deadlift heights. That is like, how have I not thought of this before? If you have 18-inch deadlifts, there's a tool you use that is 17.72 inches tall. This guy. If you wanna know if you're at 18 inches, take this guy, roll it under, and this should, if it's at 18, this will pass under. This is at about 17 inches, but all you need is a plate to know if you're at 18 inches. If the plate can just roll under the bar, you're good to go. I don't know how it took me so long to realize that. Maybe everyone else already knows that and I'm insane, but if you don't know that, there you go, useful tool. Deadlift's done and dusted, but we are not done with some potential rogue training, maybe. I'm gonna head over to the leg press. We're going leg press, leg curl, and then one more thing that's a couple of strongman events together. Listen. $11 aside. So, what is 990 plus the sled, maybe at 1200 or so. I'll go up to 14 or 1500 for the last set, which with no shoes, no sleeves or anything, that's really strong for me. I don't know how my legs have retained their strength because I had to chill out with my knees recovering, but it seems like they're as strong as they've ever been. I just gotta get the explosiveness back. So you guys can see I'm not far away from being at my best again. I just need repeated efforts to stay strong. I need a bit of explosiveness back, and we're good to go. That felt really good. Feel really strong. Like, if you watch my old heavy squats, my old heavy leg presses, you can just see my left knee caving in. And for whatever reason, it always results in what felt like my groin pulling at me. I just don't feel it anymore. It just feels like I can really punch into it now. Easy peasy. That actually felt way too easy. I should have done more. So it's good to practice this guy because I've been working on my grip strength on a rope, but you can see a couple of times I went to grab the rope and my hand missed, because when I'm working hard, my eyes are shut and I'm wincing. So I gotta have it second nature, just know where it is and get the rhythm where there's still tension on the rope as I grab, so it's in a predictable spot. That's the biggest thing to clean up for the second set here. But otherwise, feels really strong. I'm confident in my grip strength on the rope that I could pull really hard. It's just the smoothness that needs a bit of work. Way better. Way better. That's training done and dusted. Road to Rogue, week 2. Pain dissipating quickly, capacity building quickly. I ran an 8-minute mile today. Pretty good. Pulled 975 from 18 inches no suit. Well, 17 inches. On a good track to pull well over 1,000 at the Invitational. Everything's tracking really well. I'm a bad person to cheer against. Remember that. As per usual, lift heavy, be kind. We'll catch you in the next video. Subscribe if you haven't already. Leave a moose drop if you have nothing else to say. We'll catch you tomorrow.